friends, it's Friday night. I worked a little this morning and went home, listed some stuff on Poshmark, and did a little cleaning on my kitchen. And now I am doing Uber. I'm letting my daughter hang out with her friends. I have ordered me a Chipotle burrito bowl because I've been craving Chipotle for like a week, and then they text me today and were like, chicken al pastor is back, or adobo chicken, I can't remember which one. And I love both. And I don't know the difference. I don't know. Maybe it's adobo chicken. I don't know. It's one that I love and they got rid of like a few months ago. And of course, I don't know. They probably heard me say I was craving it, because that's how it works. Like, even if I think something, it pops up on my phone. And people can say, oh, that didn't happen all day, but it does. Like, every time. I'm not going to question it. Especially not this time, because I was so excited to see that chicken was back. Uber says it's busy. I haven't gotten any orders here yet, but it's okay because I really want to eat first. It's like 4:36, I think. Yeah. I try to usually be done eating for the whole night by between 4 and 5 o'clock, to cut my eating window off so I can fast. I did pretty good today. I fasted for like 17 or 18 hours. And then we had Subway for lunch. I did a flatbread because they're so good. Excuse me. And I did a burrito bowl because there are no carbs in it, or low carb. I never get anything in it with carbs, and I don't get chips or tortillas. I just get the meat and veggies and unsweet tea. So that's what I'm going to do now, is pick up my order, and then hopefully I'll get some batches, or some Uber orders. I shouldn't call those batches because they're not. Instacart and Sparker batches. I kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. You know how teenagers are. My daughter wanted a new toothbrush, and usually I hoard, like, I coupon, so I hoard things. Well, apparently we used the last of the toothbrushes, and I didn't know. I haven't couponed anymore in a long time. And so that's something I'm going to have to do tonight, is go get some toothbrushes so that she has a new one. But I've always kept them in the house, and I thought I had more, and I don't. So I don't know. Maybe I just ran out and forgot. But I don't know. How's y'all's Friday going? Today is my dog's gotcha day. We got him 8 years ago today. He just turned 12 in January. It's very sad. Like, Australian Shepherds live between 12 and like 15 years. And he's 12, so he's really healthy though. Like, I feed him an organic, like, meat diet, grass-fed mostly. He eats, the bulk of his diet is steak and ground beef. He does love tuna and salmon though, and he eats that probably every other day. So he has a really healthy coat. His skin allergies are pretty much clearing up. We've had him on a primarily meat diet now for November will be 2 years. Because he started showing signs of arthritis and just itchy skin, you know, things like that. And I started looking into better dog food, and really, honestly, all dog foods have like horrible fillers, horrible chemicals. Like, there's a dog food plant here in this town, and it stinks so bad. It's like, what do you think they're putting in that stuff? Like, it smells horrible. And I just started transitioning him from kibble down to like just meat. I have had to cut corners as far as like cost, but we have a store in my town. It's Piggly Wiggly. I know y'all have heard of it. And they have the best meat prices. And so about 3 times a week I go there, and I stock up on clearance meat, because between like 2 and 5 p.m. they'll mark it down so much. I get the cheapest ribeye there, and it's oh my God, it's the best, most fatty ribeye like I've ever had in my life. So, and then I get those for him, and I get him ground beef and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll buy chicken, but he's not a chicken person / dog. He doesn't want chicken. Sometimes he'll eat rotisserie chicken, but most of the time he's real finicky. He wants steak. So, but luckily, it's not something that's a luxury. I get it at a really good price, and honestly, overall, doing it this way is cheaper than dog food, y'all. Dog food is so expensive. Oh my God, I'm that butthole that blocked the intersection because I wasn't paying attention, but it's like 4 of us, so I hate people that do that, and I just did it. Anyway, I hope y'all's Friday's going well. I don't really know what kind of video I want to make tonight, other than just me. I'm gonna do Uber. Now, I do want to go to Dollar Tree and do a Dollar Tree haul, because, and not a walkthrough maybe, because it'll be busy. It's Friday night. But there's a giant Dollar Tree here, and I love it. It's so good. And I need some stuff. Number 1 on the list is toothbrushes. So if I can't find like a deal at CVS or Walgreens to get free ones, I'm just gonna go to Dollar Tree. They have name brand toothbrushes, and they had those bamboo ones, or they're bamboo handle, but they're like charcoal toothbrushes, like the bristles are charcoal maybe. I don't know. They're really good. So I'm gonna go do that, I think. There's nowhere to park here because it's Friday at dinner time. I have to check and see if my order is ready. When I moved, I forgot to change. Your order is ready. It just popped up. I forgot to change the zip code on my card, my debit card, when I moved last year. And it kept saying your card is declined. And I'm like, somebody has had to go in and clean out my bank account, because I know I have money in there to pay for dinner. But I had to go in there and change the zip code. I was freaking out. I'm going to go pick up my order, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my bowl, and I was going to sit in the Chipotle parking lot. It's so tiny. There's nowhere for anybody to park, and I really don't want to, especially on a Friday night, take up a parking spot. But there's nobody hardly at Big Lots because no one likes it. It used to be Toys R Us, and I wish it still was, but I'm gonna sit here and eat, and wait for Ubers. My seat is not high enough. Look, I could raise it because I'm 4'11". Okay, so I got a burrito bowl with chicken. Let me see if the name of it's on here, because it just says bowl. It doesn't say what kind of meat or anything. Why can't I think of the name of that? Anyway, it's delicious. So I got chicken. I never get rice or beans. I like rice and beans, just not in my bowl. But it's chicken, salsa, which it's really pico de gallo. They call it salsa on the app, but that's not what it is. Sour cream. These people forgot my fajita veggies. That's the best part. Y'all, I am not that person to go back and make them remake this, especially as busy as they were, but the fajita veggies are what I looked forward to. Anyway, I'm gonna eat it. I got sour cream. Unsweet tea. Probably regret that because I'll be awake forever. But it's okay. So y'all see, I took one bite. It's not very full. There's this guy that I saw on Instagram or TikTok. He did a test where he ordered the same thing online, and then he ordered the thing in the store, like told him what he wanted. And he did that several times as a test. And he said that consistently, and he took pictures with timestamp and everything, dates. Consistently, if you order in person, they put more in the bowl. That person looked like they were going to hit my car. Go away, I'm filming. People stare at you. I haven't done YouTube very long. I think I've done it for like a month, and the stares I get are hilarious. Before I did YouTube, my boyfriend and I were in this Chick-fil-A in Tennessee, in Nashville. And this guy was on doing YouTube or TikTok. I'm not sure which. And he was praying over his food, and then he said, okay guys, da-da-da-da-da. And he was like talking and making a video, and then he stopped it. And my boyfriend was like, what is he doing? And I'm like, he's making a YouTube video. People do it all the time now. I barely had the guts to do it in my car by myself. Because people do, they'll stare at you. But I would never be able to do it in there. And he was quiet. He wasn't rude. He was not disrupting anyone at all. In fact, he was praying over his food and stuff. So I was like, oh, you know. Sorry, I'm trying to I like to sit up on my legs. Like, it's comfortable to fold my legs. I don't know why. But it was cool. So I get annoyed in public when kids are on their tablets real loud, or phones real loud, or even adults, not just kids. Adults are like on speakerphone and they're yelling. And you can hear both ends of the conversation. Oh, sirens. If y'all have ever been to Bowling Green, Kentucky, you know sirens are like, if you don't hear them, there's a problem. They're a staple here. Earlier, we were in Burger King drive-thru. My daughter wanted chicken fries because she's just on a protein kick. And she was like, the chicken fries are so good. That's what I want. And then there were so many sirens, and she was like, what's going on? And I said, we're in Bowling Green. Like, we've lived here for 5 years, girl. If you don't hear them, there's something wrong. I see there's a fire truck. He's going over there to where the restaurants are. I hope there's not a restaurant on fire. We just got a Parlor Donuts here. I don't live here anymore for a lot of reasons, but she has friends here, so on Friday night she hangs with her friends, and I hang with myself, which I love, and chill out, do Uber. I looked at Walmart Spark, and then I thought, I don't want to deliver groceries at night. I don't want to deliver them when it's cold like this. It's cold and windy and a little bit rainy. I have Instacart on, but on there you can pick and choose, and it doesn't affect your rating. On Spark, if you don't take the orders they send you, your acceptance rate goes down, and then they don't send you anymore, which I think is so unfair. It's like, why do I want to take crap, you know? But here we are. I have Instacart and Uber on right now, and Roadie, because Roadie's really easy. I don't know if y'all have heard of it, but it's so easy. There's new stuff here I want to try that came about after I moved last year. I'm sitting right by 7 Brew Coffee, and I know that's not just here, so if y'all have tried that, let me know. I'm not getting coffee at nighttime. We got Parlor Donuts 2 weeks ago. Hey fam. And there's this new place. This guy owned this store called Funky Bean, and it's a coffee place. Dunkin' Donuts had already bought land right beside of it long before they built, and long before Funky Bean built, is what I heard. Now I don't know how true that is. So Funky Bean came about and came in there. Dunkin' came right after. So Dunkin's right there and put them out of business. It was so crazy. But the guy that owned Funky Bean now has this Italian restaurant. It's like a noodle place. I've done Uber in there so many times, and the smells, oh my god, y'all, like I want to eat there so bad. And the tea is that the guy that owns it has gotten in trouble for sexual harassment or pedophilia, even, like doing something with a minor. I need to look into that because I don't want to support that kind of business, but if he didn't, I'm going to buy noodles from him. We were online talking about it one night on Facebook. And this lady was like, y'all know he's a pedophile. I'm like, no, I was going to buy noodles. But I need to do some digging because I don't want to support that kind of business if I know for a fact, you know. Speculation is one thing. You can't rely on every piece of rumor that you hear. But if he's been arrested for it or charged, what can you do? You know? You think about your own kids, and you don't want to support somebody like that. But maybe if I find out by next Friday night that he's not, I can get me some spaghetti. Right? Yeah, I just did that, y'all. I got sour cream on my sleeve. I just pulled this shirt out of the dryer, too. It's my Franklin Simpson sweatshirt. I'm sitting here, and this is the main road in Bowling Green, Scottsville Road. People can't drive. I go to 2 states every week to work. Many counties, many cities. This is by far the most non-driving county in Kentucky, Tennessee. I've been to half the states that are in the United States. This takes the cake. And I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, and I would drive there 10 times a day, and before I drove here once. If I didn't have a daughter that I loved, I would not be here tonight. But I do, so. This lady tried to hit me earlier because she tried to pull out and squeeze into traffic. And I'm like, no, girl. Because I was already up. If she squeezed in, she would have hit me. She got mad. I'd like to go to the other end of town where the big Dollar Tree is and stay over there. And work over there. Because the traffic over there is not bad. And I used to live on that end of town, so it's just easier for me. So I might do that. That's what the noodle place is too. If I get Ubers there, I'm gonna take there's a hair that I won't stay on my face. I'm sorry. If I take an Uber there, I'm gonna take a little peek at their menu, because I've been in there a bunch, but I've never really lingered because the order is always ready and I don't want to be creepy. But I'm gonna ask them if they have a paper menu that I can take. I know there's probably one online, but y'all, I'm old-fashioned. I like to stick things on my fridge and not have to stare at my phone all the time. Sorry, this is really good. I vowed when I started YouTube that I'd never eat on my channel, but people seem to like that. Why do y'all, tell me why y'all like to watch people eat? I watch one person eat. That's a couponing girl, because I always love to hear what she talks about. She always has good stories where she works all the time, and her kids and just her life. And I love to hear people's stories. I love that. Do you guys follow Chit Chat with Granny Pat? She's the cutest thing. She lives in Kentucky, in Lexington. She's the cutest thing I've ever seen. And at nighttime, I can't wait to lay down and watch her videos, because it's just watching, sorry, excuse me. It's just listening to a family member. She's so sweet. So cute. Sometimes she does crafty stuff, and she'll make recipes that are so simple, but they look so delicious. More sirens, y'all. Here they come. Oh no, it's another fire truck going to Three Springs. That's bad. I've never seen a town have as many fires as Bowling Green. It's almost like there's this bad luck ring around Warren County. I don't know what it is. I've seen bigger cities have fewer issues. That's just me. I don't know. I want to say it didn't used to be this bad, but if you read comments on Facebook, everybody says, oh yeah, it's been called Little Chicago for decades. When I was a kid, and would come shopping up here or something, I never thought it was bad. But when I was a kid, we didn't have Facebook either that showed everything that happened, or Twitter. So you didn't get to read everything unless you saw it on the news, and I didn't ever watch the news because I didn't like to hear bad stuff. So maybe that's why. Maybe stuff happened, but I just didn't hear about it. My breath is so bad, y'all. Have y'all ever seen the SpongeBob episode, Rancid Breath? I think that's what it's called. That's what I have today. This is really good, though. I'm kind of mad about the fajita veggies, but I'm not mad enough to not eat this. Because it's very, very good. I'm trying to think what I need at home that I can get at Dollar Tree and do a haul for y'all. Because I've done 2 walkthroughs. Never done a haul. And I need to do that. I'm going to have a Temu haul for you guys in a few days. And I can't wait to get it. I got a mount for the car for my phone. Because I got a really good one at Best Buy. It was like 70 bucks, y'all. It was really, really good. And after a few months, it just broke. I was mad. But it's okay. I don't like to fool with like taking stuff back and being like, hey, this broke. Because, you know, people don't, they think you're trying to scam or something. But it just broke. And this is how ADHD is, y'all. I had 3 giant bags of stuff to bring to Plato's closet. Left them sitting by the front door. Sitting here looking at Plato's closet, and then I was like, oh crap. It's fine. I almost didn't feel like dealing with that tonight, but I thought, just do it. Sometimes with ADHD, I have to suck it up and make myself do things. This was one of those things I would have had to make myself do. No, I don't have to. I feel so tired and exhausted that the thought of doing Instacart or Spark tonight just makes me want to cry. And that's why I'm sticking to Uber. So far, I haven't got anything. Last Friday night was so busy with Uber. And I don't remember what time it was. I want to say it was like later than this, but maybe not. But I'm excited to go to Dollar Tree. I might go to Goodwill too. I'm thinking St. Vincent stays open until 6, but... And it's right beside the Dollar Tree that I'm going to. But... I kind of get irritated at them for not having a bathroom sometimes. Done. It was so good, but the pico was so spicy that I'll probably have heartburn at 3 a.m. That's okay. It was so worth it, y'all. I have an extra fork. They gave me one, and I grabbed one. So now I have extra for the car. I keep stuff like that in here because we need it. I live in my car. Me and my car are besties. Sorry. I think I'm gonna head to Dollar Tree and get toothbrushes and other stuff. I'll see you when I get there. Well, I was here at Dollar Tree and about to get out, and I said I wasn't doing Instacart, probably, because I didn't want to do groceries, but I got a $12 order. Ooh, excuse me, it's 7 items going less than 2 miles, and so I was like, I'm going to go grab that. And the Kroger's right here, like, down the street from Dollar Tree, so maybe I'll make it back over here after I do this batch. We'll see. Hey, y'all. I've not been to Dollar Tree yet, and I may not get to go. I may have to do a haul later in the weekend. I did a batch, and I went to talk to my daughter at her friend's, because I had to take her bag of clothes and stuff because her dad was coming to get her. And then I went to Baskin Robbins, and now Uber is getting busy because it's 7 o'clock. I don't know why people eat so late. Like, all my life, my mom always had dinner ready by 4:30 or 5, and we were done eating pretty much by 5 o'clock every night. And that's just how my body has been all my life. Like, I'll get the occasional, like, craving at 9 p.m. Like, right now, I went and got me a shake. And those poor girls in there, they must be new, but they were stressing. And one girl to the other girl was like, don't stress, it's okay. And she kept apologizing to me because I had to wait. And I only waited, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. And I was like, it's okay, it's Friday night. Y'all don't have to apologize. But I heard her through the loudspeaker. She was apologizing to everybody, which is cool. They're just really sweet. And a tornado tore down Baskin Robbins in 2021, and they just reopened it, I want to say a year ago, maybe less than that. And I'm so glad they did. I love their chocolate, and they have baseball nut, which is so delicious, and love potion number 9. Those are my 3 favorite things. And the cappuccino blasts are so good, but I can't do caffeine at night. I will never go to sleep. I was sitting there in the drive-thru wishing it was morning, because that's what I would have gotten. This man is swerving. He's going to swerve into me. So, I have to stay back. So, I got an Arby's Uber. It said 5 miles, but Uber, they calculate mileage based on where you're at. And the Arby's is like 2.5, 3 miles from me. I think it said 3.5. And so the actual mileage from Arby's to the person is probably like 2 miles or something. I hope. I'm hoping that's right. The other day I got an Uber and it said $53, and it was only going 9 miles. But it got my location a town over for some reason. So it thought I was going 29 miles. And I was like, this doesn't seem right. So I looked at the details and I'm like, I am taking this. This is literally only 9 miles. It paid me $53 to deliver for 9 miles. And it was just one bag of food. It was so crazy. I love how they do that. And I hope they never stop. Because it was great to get that. The tip was only like $5. So 5 of the 53 was tip. And the rest was just them pay me. But anyway, I'm sorry I haven't made it to Dollar Tree. I just told my daughter, I said, I gotta go. I have to get you some toothbrushes. And now I have a shake and an Uber, and I don't have toothbrushes. But she'll be at her dad's till Sunday. So I have until Sunday to get things from the Dollar Tree. So I think it's fine. And I honestly don't feel like going tonight. I think I'm going to take this. If nothing else pops up, I'm going home. I have homework to do tonight. And it's after 7. And I don't want to do it. I just want to go home and like hang out with my dog and watch YouTube. But I have to. Like, I have to do it. I have to get a good grade in this class. Because it hasn't been the easiest. It's been really difficult, actually. It's intercultural communications. It's very wordy and very heavy. And at 42, it's hard for me to read things and like grasp them. Even though I'm not a dummy. I mean, I'm not a dumb person. It's just the older I get, the harder it is to read and retain and understand things. I don't know why. I used to enjoy reading like novels. Danielle Steele, I would read Danielle Steele novels in like middle school. Now I don't have the attention span to even read that, and it's for fun. Like, it's fiction and I can't. So I don't know why I thought school would be a good idea. But I felt the Lord like pressing on me to learn the Bible better, and that's why I chose theology school. But I have to take these classes that are kind of irrelevant. Like, I've had math. I've had a couple of communications classes. I mean, some of them talk about communicating like the Bible to people and the love of Christ and all. It's just weird how we have to take things that don't pertain. Like, when I went for accounting 20 years ago, I had to take speech and I had to take all this other crap. And I'm not a public speaker, y'all. It's a miracle that I have a YouTube channel and that I'm not like throwing up from nervousness, honestly. Like, 20 years ago I would. But I remember getting a C in that class one time on a project, and the teacher's like, this is an easy class, what's the deal? And I'm like, 2 things. I'm very nervous. I don't like public speaking, and I don't think people should be forced to do things that are just not in their nature, not in their, you know, I mean, yes, go out of your comfort zone, but do it when you want to, not when you're forced to, number one. Number two, this doesn't pertain to my degree. I don't need to give a speech to do accounting. I need to sit in an office by myself and punch a calculator. That was my whole attitude about it. But I had to do it if I wanted to graduate, so I did it and graduated. But that's that. I need to see the name on this Uber so I know who to ask for. Some restaurants will make you come inside because people steal orders. Like if you go through the drive-thru, I don't know what the difference is, because like I can show you on my phone that I have this order, but they'll be like, I need you to come inside, please. I'm gonna try to go through the drive-thru and see what happens, because I don't want to go in unless it's just busy. Hang on, let me see the name. Okay, let's do something fun and just see if we can pick it up through the drive-thru and see if they slap my hand and tell me to come inside. Arby's, I think I've been through this drive-thru before and they don't care. There are so many restaurants here who are like, you have to come inside. So silly. I've gone to restaurants where the doors were locked and they're like, you have to come inside. Dairy Queen did it to me one day. And I'm like, I can't come inside. I already tried. The doors are locked. And they're like, oh, we forgot to unlock them. Because it was like opening or whatever. So silly. Well, how's y'all's Friday going? I feel like a failure today because I've had a lot of junk food and a lot of sugar. My friend texted me and snapped me, and she had made some quiche, which is like eggs, cheese, etc. They keep sending me this crappy batch on Instacart that I'm just not gonna take. Anyway, and she's like, girl, they're so low carb, and I'm thinking, girl, I've blown it today, but maybe tomorrow. I have some eggs I need to fix anyway. They're gonna go bad. And she's done so well with fasting, eating low carb. She and I met in 4th grade. We both moved to a small town from Nashville. We both did. We had the same story. And so we were fast friends. I changed shirts, by the way. My daughter was like, can I wear that shirt? It's cold. So we switched. I'm like, yeah. So anyway, we moved to the same town from Nashville. Basically had the same, like, you know, transition in school. The same, like, uncomfortable new kid thing going on. And so we bonded over that. And we've been friends since 4th grade. We're the same age. And we both have poor relationships with food. Like, just so wishy-washy. Like, we do good for a while and then we don't. And we both just kind of commiserate on that. I love her. She's one of my best friends ever. And when I tell her, oh, I ate a whole sleeve of Oreos, she's like, girl, we've all done it. Don't beat yourself up. Just do better tomorrow. Like, she's such a good, positive influence on me. And I hope I am on her. Let's see if they yell at me, y'all. I'm always curious because some of them are rude about it and some of them don't care. And a lot of times on Friday nights it's teenagers that are like so nice. Teens are nicer than older people, y'all. So let's see.
Welcome to Arby's. Would you like to try the new key? What can I get for you?
Hi, I have an Uber pickup for Chris D.
So you have to come inside.
Oh, okay. I'll be right there. Sorry about that. Thank you. So he was super nice. So I was super nice. Let me see if I can get in this door. I'm just going to go through and go the other side because that seems more normal than going in that. Are y'all weird about, like, if you look at a restaurant and you're like, I don't think that door looks like one I can go into, even though it is and there's parking. Like, I feel like there's only one door you can enter. Like, am I weird? I think I am. Sorry about that, y'all. Hold on a sec. Hold on just a second. Sorry, I'm right up in your faces. Let me go get this order. I'll be back. Oh, I'm going to a hotel to deliver this, which is fine. I always, when I go to a hotel, I always put my stuff in airplane mode and never let them know I'm there until I'm gone, because I don't want to get kidnapped. Okay, we're going to a hotel to deliver this to Chris D, and it's literally across the street. It's paying me $9 to go across the street from Arby's, so it's cool. My seatbelt's kind of jammed. Hold on. All right, let's go across town. I mean, across the street, not across town. He's on the 4th floor. I'm probably going to turn the video camera on and just take y'all with me because it's nighttime and I don't work at nighttime. Sorry. I feel like my channel is just me, like, fixing the camera. Do y'all like this content? Do you like to watch somebody fix the camera 20 times during a video? This is premium content right here. This shake is freaking good. I think their chocolate's called World Class Chocolate. Does that sound right? That's the one they make the shakes with. When you just ask for a chocolate shake. I know all the shortcuts. I'm going around the back way because it's so much easier on Friday night. It's easier any time of day. This town is crazy. I heard a noise under my tire and it didn't sound good. Hopefully it was just like something in the pavement. Like a break in the pavement. You ding dong, you're not supposed to do that. I almost hit them. Duh. It's so easy to make a split-second decision that's poor, that affects everyone, and that like makes you have a wreck or something, and they almost did. But I have cat-like reflexes, like I really do. Driving has given those to me. I'm really alert all the time. The other day, I was in Tennessee between Goodlettsville and White House on 31W, and this lady decided to pass a garbage truck, and she didn't see me, I guess, and she was coming at me down the wrong side of the highway. And if I hadn't seen her, I slammed my brakes on. My car like skid across the road, or I mean down the road. It was like, and skid to miss her. And I know my stomach fell out of my butt when that happened. This person's going like double the speed limit, and they're in the same kind of car as me. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I love talking to y'all. I hope I'm not boring, y'all. I don't consider myself a boring person, but I'm not exciting in the way that like the world defines exciting. Like, I don't drink at all. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. Never have. My idea of fun is normal, like innocent things, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an innocent person overall. Like, we all sin. We all do stuff, but my biggest sin, if you call it that, I don't know. The jury is out. I have a potty mouth, and I try to really hold back on YouTube, but I have a potty mouth. There's a text I probably need to check there. I'll check in a second. But anyhow, really trying, y'all. And the fact is, if you look at yourself, I think I can hold back on this channel. Why can't I hold back 24/7 and not just like say that stuff? But it's like second nature, and I don't like that. Sorry. This is delicious. And I'm trying to get out every drop. And this road is nuts. Do y'all have problems with like at nighttime? I know it's astigmatism or something I've seen, but all the lights just glare together. It sucks. I don't have vision problems, but all the lights kind of like overwhelm me, I guess. It's not that they caused me vision issues, it's just that they overwhelm me. they give me sensory overload, I guess. So I'm in the turn lane going to the hotel. Y'all let me know what you've done with your Friday night. Does anybody argue with people on Facebook, or am I the only one that's like, I don't mean for it to be an argument. I see people mocking God, and they say God's not real, your fairy tale sky daddy is not real, and that bothers me, because God has done some very huge things in my life that I can't take credit for. He works on me every day, and he works on my life. He blesses me, and I'm not talking about monetary. Now, I'm comfortable, and I work really, really hard for the comforts that I have in life. I work a lot. I feel like there's not a moment in my day where I'm not working or thinking about working. That's not to be glorified. It's just I'm a single income family, and I have to do that. God has blessed me in ways like, I don't know. I mean, there's so many things he's probably kept me out of that I don't even know about. But I have prayed for some very specific things in my life. And a lot of it has been, God, show me the sign for this. Show me this. Show me this specific item. Show me. And he does. And I don't know how people can deny that and deny him. I'm not one to shove that down anyone's throat. I'm more of the type to say, this is what has happened to me. This is what God has done for me and shown me. And be an example now. I don't want to, I'm not one of those people that's like, you have to believe in God. You have to do this. That is not for me to say. My job is to plant the seed. And
Christy says, meet at door.
Meet at door. Hold on. He's saying meet at his door. Hang on one second. We're going up in that elevator to 401. I'm at Comfort Suites at 1211 Kenilwood Way, Bowling Green, Kentucky, 42104. If I get murdered. Room 401. Let's get in the elevator. I have no idea why I'm filming this. I just am. This elevator sounds like it's gonna break. These things are always like so iffy, but this one's fairly new. This hasn't really been here that long. Hang on. Okay, there was no picture needed. I stopped the camera so I could take a picture, but it didn't ask for one, which is very odd. But that's okay. I wanted to run away. I didn't want to stay there. So, going down, and I'm gonna go get back in the car. Hey, I'm back in the car. What I was saying was, I don't shove that stuff down people's throat. I'm more of the mind that I'm planting a seed, and if you choose to let that grow, this needs to be flipped. Apologies. If you choose to let that seed grow, that's on you. On God to convict you. I can't make people believe in God. I can't make people know in their hearts that Christ was a living, breathing testimony that there is a God. You know, I had to come to that on my own. I was raised in church. And when I was a child and a teenager, it was literally just me going through the motions. And I think I'm going home, by the way. It's 7:32. I'm tired. I started work this morning at 7:30. So, 12 hours, y'all. It's crazy. Anyway, I was literally dragged to church. I hated church. As a child and teenager, as most do. I mean, some don't, but most do. And we went to this little country church, and it was boring. It was full of hypocritical, judgmental people, Baptists, that they didn't have any love or, you know, joy, or they weren't really good examples of the body of Christ, they were more like wagging fingers, like, da, 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 I'm better than you. I don't like that, because no one's better than anyone. We are all born into sin. We are all born imperfect. We are all born, sinful humans, and we have to come to God in Christ on our own. Now, as a believer, as someone who has been saved since the age of 14, I am going to witness to people and tell them, but I'm not going to make them do anything, because you cannot make anyone do anything. We were born with free will, on top of being born imperfect people and sinners. And from the age of probably 17-ish until I was 35, okay, so we're talking 18 years, I didn't go to church. That's not true, because when I moved, 2014, I started going to church, and I would have been 33 then. So 33, so, 18 to 33. So we'll say, 15 years. I know that I did not go to church. I went once with my grandma on Easter when I was about 20. I remember that specifically because I was dating someone who didn't necessarily believe in God, but he went with me. That might be a police officer behind me. I'm cutting this off. Hang on. It's not a police officer. It's a Buick. And I don't know how I didn't know the difference. Anyhow, I would like to say, I do know what brought me back to God. And so I started going back to church at this wonderful church, this Bible teaching church there's no fluff, y'all. It's literally just Bible teaching church. If you want to watch on YouTube, it's Owensboro Christian Church in Owensboro, Kentucky, and that's where I lived from 2013 to 2018, something like that. But because I moved there for work, and I also met a narcissist that I dated, and he made my life literal hell, but that's neither here nor there. That's a story for another day. But I started going there, loved it, still love it. I watch it on YouTube. We do go in person sometimes, because it's not the same to watch it on TV as to just be with people that are like-minded. But I don't have the best attitude toward church. I love that one. Nothing bad to say about it. It's truly very welcoming and a true Bible teaching church, which you don't find that often. People like to add to the Bible, take away from it, and say, oh, the Bible says this, but it's okay. God loves you anyway. God accepts you anyway. Well, this pastor, Scott Kenworthy, the Bible says this, and he's not mean about it. He's just like, this is just a matter-of-fact thing that the Bible says. And so he is not condemning anyone. I mean, he's just matter-of-fact, and I love his style of delivering God's word. It's very just matter-of-fact, like I said. But I strayed from church for that long, for 15 years, give or take. And so I started going back a little bit there. And in 2017, I was at work at my desk in my, at the office, and I was sitting there, and I had the worst panic attack of my life. I had never had one before that day. I was 35 at that time when I had the panic attack. And I stood up, and I was like gasping for breath, and this guy that sat in a cubicle around the corner from me heard, and he got up and saw me. Like, I was just like reaching out, like I couldn't say anything. It was so weird. Panic attacks are weird. If you guys have had them, they are so weird. You can't describe them. And he called 911. An ambulance took me to the hospital that day. And I thought I was surely having a heart attack. And the reason he called the ambulance was because 2 days before that, a guy had a heart attack in our office that worked there. He didn't have it at the office, but he died. And he was just like scared. And from that moment on, I had gone to the ER so many times over the course of the next like 4 months. And I knew something physically was wrong with me, but nobody would listen. They wouldn't believe me. And a year went by, y'all. I had panic attacks so bad. I had all these health symptoms, these just really bad symptoms. And so my boyfriend at the time, the narcissist, he was helpful in some things. He said, there's this lady that I know, and she was my marriage counselor when I was married before, and he said, she does hypnotherapy for panic and anxiety. Do you want to try to go to her? And I'm like, yes. And I went to 2 sessions, and she said, if I can't get rid of your panic attacks on the 3rd session, I want you to do something for me. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I want you to go to this hormone doctor that I went to and get progesterone cream. And I listened to her because she could not get rid of my panic attacks. She was like, this is something that I've always been successful at, and I know that if I can't do it, that it's a physical thing. It's not mental. And so she said, go to this lady. So I did. And this hormone doctor, y'all, I still wish I went to her. And I still could. It's just so far from where I live. She is the best that I've ever been to in my life. She's worth traveling 5 to 10 hours for if y'all had to, but I'm only an hour from her. But I got on progesterone cream, and slowly but surely my panic attacks just went away. And come to find out, it was early menopause, or perimenopause, the transition from being normal to menopause. And I joined all these groups on Facebook about it, and everybody's like, my first symptom was a panic attack. And it's like, well, this is, I'm home with these ladies. And long story short, in the days leading up to me finding out what it was, a year went by where I didn't know what it was. My mother even came to my house, and she's like, I'm so worried about you. You've lost all this weight. You look terrible, which I did. And she wasn't being mean, but I did. I looked awful. And my body had just gone into crazy mode, y'all. I lost weight and kept losing weight I was still eating, but I was losing weight. And I went from like a size 12 to a size 4. And I think I was even almost in a 2 when I figured out what was wrong. It was terrible. I was so scared. And so the year leading up to me not knowing, or finding out, the whole year that I didn't know, I took FMLA from work. I couldn't walk. I got what I would call jelly legs, which is another menopause symptom. If you guys don't know, there are some very scary menopause symptoms out there that people do not attribute to menopause. They think something's seriously wrong. I was tested for multiple sclerosis because my legs would not work, and it came back negative. I had an MRI because my aunt has it, and she has had it pretty severely for like the last 20 years. But sorry, I'm hitting this little rumble strip on the road because this truck was trying to run me off. But anyway, so I turned to God because I was on FMLA, short-term disability, just because I had literally symptoms that made me feel as though I could just keel over dead any second. And I didn't know what was wrong. And so I remember laying in my backyard in my lawn chair in the sun, just trying to feel better and praying to the good Lord that I wasn't dying, y'all, and just getting closer to Him. And I came out the other side, and I knew that these physical symptoms would have happened either way, but they brought me closer to God and made me realize, A, my mortality, B, the fact that God never left me. Those 15 years that I left Him, He never left me. He was always there and readily available. And if I look back, He was always trying to get my attention, and it never worked. And not that He gave me the health scare, because menopause happens to everybody, mostly. But it was a wake-up call to my mortality and to my relationship with Christ. And it brought me around to really understanding the Bible and what God wanted from me and what a real Christian is, and it's not what people think it is. But I don't know. That's just the gist of my life. And so I have had perimenopause symptoms now for 7 years. April 6th will be the anniversary of my first ever panic attack. So, I don't know. I could show you guys medical visits that I've had. I went to countless doctors because I literally thought I had cancer. I thought I had MS. I thought I had an autoimmune disease. Everything kept coming back normal. And when I finally had my hormones checked by someone who knew how to read hormones, because I'll tell you, I had 2 other doctors, females, that did hormone panels on me and didn't know how to read them, so they thought they were normal. And to get told that nothing's wrong with you and it's all in your head when you feel it and you know your body. And I am not one of these people that takes medication. They pushed gabapentin on me. When I refused to take it, this lady fired me as a patient. She's like, if you're refusing my treatment, I can't see you anymore. And it was bad. She was rude about it. I don't know how she still practices, but all these people she has on all these meds that are not good for them. And then she tried to put me on Zoloft. She tried to put me on this. And come to find out, like, if it's a hormone imbalance, none of that stuff's going to work. It's a hormone imbalance. What do you do when your hormones are not balanced? You try to find balance. It's not, Zoloft isn't going to do that. All that does is mess your brain up. But y'all, I've been through it for the last 7 years, and there was a point that I woke up one day and I asked God, why am I even alive? Because I couldn't even get up and make my bed. And to go from, if you guys knew me, I worked 2 jobs before I got sick. I worked 2 jobs. I had a beautiful home. I worked really hard, and I had, you know, me, my daughter, and my son, my 2 dogs. Like, we had a good life, and I was very mobile. I went to the gym. We always were doing activities and things. To go from that to being bedridden for a few months, it's so depressing. Like, you don't think you're ever going to come out of it. I really thought I was going to be like that for the rest of my life. And when she put me on progesterone and just a tad bit of estrogen and some testosterone, and I started to get my life back, I was so relieved. Because and you know what's so funny, like, through all of that, I had every test known to man. I went to a couple doctors who were just great. One general practitioner, and one was a specific, like, gynecologist, but she specialized in hormone imbalance and stuff like that. Between those 2, they ran every test on me that they possibly could at my request, and thank God for them, because I literally came out of that with a perfect clean bill of health other than hormonal issues. And I also had an active Epstein-Barr infection. So I have chronic active Epstein-Barr, which means it comes back at different intervals in my life, where if my hormones dip, or if I'm specifically, like, not getting enough sleep or not taking care of myself, it comes back and I feel it. A lot of people attribute that to chronic fatigue syndrome, or, you know, ME. So if you guys have something like that, it's likely a latent virus that's causing a hormone imbalance. I mean, it's all connected, but I don't want to bore you guys. I just really feel that I can't be the only one that has gone through this. And I'm sorry it's dark in here. I hope you guys are still listening and watching, because if you guys are going through health mysteries, and you're women especially over the age of 35, even over the age of 30, some people have it early. I recall a time when I was 33 or 34 and I got frozen shoulder out of nowhere, and I was reading about how that's attributed to early menopause. Like, that's a first sign that you're going to have a hormone imbalance eventually, because your muscles, estrogen is tied to every single facet of your body, nerves, brain, weight. You have estrogen receptors over every single centimeter of your body, and when it goes awry, you know, your whole body does. So I'm in the light now. Hey y'all. But if you're a woman, here's what I did, and it's a lot. So this is how I have, and my hormones are normal now. They're completely, I still have a few symptoms here and there when I'm ovulating or it's PMS week. But here is how I fixed myself. So I'm off of hormones. I do use wild yam cream from, is it Indian Meadow Herbals? It's a godsend. It balances your hormones for you. I'm at a caution light, y'all. Sorry. I use that. In the morning, I go outside every morning, look at the sun. That sets your circadian rhythm. If it's a sunny day, I will go in the middle of the day, get about 30 minutes of sun with no sunscreen on, no sunscreen. And then I'll go at sunset and look at the sun when it's setting. These give you every kind of sun ray that you are supposed to have in your body to make vitamin D, to fix your mitochondria, to fix your stem cells, all of it, and balance your hormones. I make protein a priority, and I eat that protein with a crap ton of Himalayan salt or gray salt. And I mean, the difference is night and day, y'all. I still eat carbs and sugar when I shouldn't, but just adding more protein, adding the sunshine, eliminating stress from your life as much as possible. We can't always eliminate it all, but if you're a woman older than 30, I mean, you should be doing this stuff anyway, but like especially if you're older than 30, those people have Christmas light candy canes lit up in their yard. What the heck? And they have Christmas lights on their house flashing. Did I get in a time machine? Oh my god, I wish I could have shown y'all that. That was so funny. I haven't been through here at nighttime in so long. But anyway, that's how I have regulated my hormones and gone off of bioidentical hormone therapy now. Some days when I'm having a crap day, I do wish that I still saw a doctor and got hormone therapy. And I'm not saying that I never will again, but doing this has really helped me, and I don't feel as though I have any of the problems that I used to have. I'm back to my old self. I don't really run out of steam. You see, I've worked 12 hours today. Like, I don't feel bad right now. I don't feel tired. You know, I don't feel bad. I feel good. Most days I feel good, but I don't know. I've been through a lot with my hormones, and I would love to save as many women as I can from the hell that I went through of sitting here thinking, oh my god, there's something so wrong with me. It's cancer, it's AIDS, it's, you know, just whatever your mind tells you it is. I want to save you guys from that, because it was literally hell on my brain for like a year until I found out what it was. And even after that, it was kind of hell, because you seriously are faced with, oh my god, you know, I'm a mortal being. I'm going through the change as they call it, and you know, that's a late stage of life. So you don't have to fall prey to all those symptoms though. Like, if you up your protein intake, your salt intake, get plenty of like clean water, stay away from phytoestrogens. Y'all, I have eliminated like 99% of chemicals from my house. It's in your deodorant, it's in your shampoo, it's in your body wash, it's in everything. It's on receipt paper that you get from the store. Anything plastic. I've gone to all glass at my house for like cooking things. And okay, so I have cast iron, stainless steel, and glass. I don't use anything else. I'm trying to think. I do have some plastic Starbucks cups that I use to like take coffee in the morning, and I have Tervis cups, but they're supposed to be BPE free. I don't know. God, that person had their breast right on my eyeballs. I couldn't even see for a second. But it's more than just the food you eat and the, I don't know, it's just everything as a whole. Like, your body has to have clean things. I don't know. I'm sorry. This has gone on for a really long time, and I do apologize. For those of you still listening, I really love you guys and appreciate you guys, and I'm just trying to help prevent the literal hell year that I had. And I mean, it was, oh my God, y'all. I told you, I woke up one day and thought, why am I still alive? This is the most hell I've ever been through. And I was so depressed. The unknown is very depressing when it comes to your health. But I kept having to tell myself, like, God knows what's wrong. God will fix you. And I kept asking him to heal me. I kept asking him to show me what was wrong, show me the way. And he did. And he did it in his time. And it brought me back to him. It brought me closer to him. And some days when I drift away and I'd rather watch YouTube than to watch my church program or, you know, read my Bible or do my schoolwork, which pertains to the Bible, like, I have to remind myself what he's done for me, and everything he's asked, everything I've asked him to do, he has shown me either A, I can't do this because it's not in your best interest, or B, I'm doing this to show you I'm here, and because you asked me to. And I mean, how could you ask for more than that? I pray to God every day. The Bible says pray without ceasing. I literally pray like morning to night. I talk to God like he's my best friend, because frankly, I mean, in this world, he really is. I have worldly best friends who are God sends that I've had the same friends for years, decades even. My partner is the best thing to ever happen to me. He is the opposite of me in a lot of ways, but it is a good thing. Like, it grounds me, and a lot of times when I'm being impossible, he shows me how I should be. This person just passed me and I'm going like 55 and a 55, and they're like, that's not good enough. I have to kill people. There's like 4 cars coming right at him too. I don't know why people get so mad when you're going the speed limit, but they really do. They get impatient and mad. This person behind me is about to pass me too, and y'all, I had to brake check them. They're literally right up my butt. God, help it. Help it, Jesus. This is the kind of stuff where I forget about God, and I'm like, I'm a human. This is just unacceptable, but then God tries to choke me with my own spit, so I'll shut up. But anyway, I don't know. God's done a lot for me. This man is passing me in the turn lane. In the turn lane. Jeez. Have y'all ever in your life? Oh my God. I'm about like 2 minutes from my house, but I've thoroughly enjoyed talking tonight. To anybody who this pertains to, I am empathetic. I am sympathetic. I love you guys, especially you women that are the same age as me, going through the same thing. Like, you can't treat your body like you did when you were 20 and expect it to give you the same results it did when you were 20. That's been hard on me, because I love to eat. I love to eat things that taste good, but you know, that's just food addiction, and I don't want to do that. Today I did terribly. I had Subway. I had a flatbread, but it was full of veggies and meat and stuff. But I also had chips and a cookie there. So, blah, I failed. And then I had a quarter of a Pop-Tart just to taste one, because I haven't had one in so long, literally 2 years, and I wanted a Pop-Tart. I was like, I'm going to eat a quarter of it. My boyfriend ate the rest, because he can eat whatever he wants and not gain weight. So, he ate the rest. And then I ate Chipotle, which you guys saw, and I had a Baskin-Robbins shake. So, I mean, in hindsight, that's not the worst it could be, but I think I do need to do better tomorrow. Maybe grill some steak and veggies or something tomorrow. I have this soup mix that I got at a farmer's market thing that we go to probably once a week. It's a permanent, you know, market, but it's all kind of natural stuff, and it's potato soup mix, and it looks so amazing. I have to get the stuff to put in it, because it's just the dry mix. You have to put in half and half potatoes, chicken broth. There's a fourth ingredient, and I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look. I can't wait to make that, and it's supposed to be really cold Monday and Tuesday, so I think I'm going to make it Sunday or Monday. But I've got to just, I don't know, y'all. I've got to just eat better. Part of it is walking a lot too. It's got to warm up so that I can walk more like I used to do, but I don't know. I'm not the most terrible with my diet. I'm not the best, but I just love you guys. I love whoever's left listening to me, because I'm almost home and I'm gonna cut this off so I don't bore y'all to tears. But if you're not bored to tears and you like long videos of chit chat, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, because I love to talk to y'all. Once I got over my fear of YouTube, I thought this is why people get on YouTube and talk, because you get to vent and it's cathartic, and you find friends who are going through the same thing you're going through, and it doesn't make life you know, that hard. Like, you feel like, oh my goodness, me too. There are people out there just like me who are having the same problems as me, and it's not healthy to dwell on your problems, but it's also great to have that support system where empathy is the biggest thing involved. And I have a lot of empathy for people who are just finding out they're going through perimenopause, or who are going through the same crap that I went through where they don't know that that's what it is. I urge you guys, there's this website and I found it, and it is mind-blowing. It's just a list, but it's called 66 perimenopause symptoms. If you Google that, you'll find it. And some of these things, you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like the MS symptoms, neuropathy. Like, I was having these head zap things that were like zapping me in the head like electricity. That's what made me think I had MS. That was paired with the fact that my legs felt like literal jello, like they didn't have bones in them and I couldn't walk. And so those two things coupled together was what prompted me to get an MRI, because I told my doctor and she said, hun, I really think you need to just get checked to be safe. So I did, you know, and I was so happy that it came back normal. And I don't know, it's just a lot of symptoms. I can't think of any offhand on that list because it's so many. But it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing what we women have to go through and that men don't have to go through. So I want to form a posse of women on here that are going through the same, and we can just support each other. That's my hope right now. Because, y'all, I'm going through a lot with my hormones and my brain and just life in general. I'm very, very lucky. Very, very blessed. Let's see if my dog comes to the window. He usually does when I pull up. I'm gonna sit here. Oh, I see him. He's on the couch. His little head's peeping up, y'all. He's so cute. It's 8:01. I'm going in. I'm gonna put on pajamas, do my homework, and upload this video. But I love you guys. I thank you for subscribing. Every time I see a new subscriber notification, it brings me so much joy. I thought I would be self-conscious about being on YouTube, and when people subscribed and watched, I'd be like, oh crap, they see me. But I don't care. It's so funny because I don't care. Like, I don't at all. So I am going to make it to Dollar Tree tomorrow or Sunday because my daughter needs toothbrushes. And I need some things. I need to just think about what I need to get and show y'all what I get at Dollar Tree, because it's a lot. I do need toilet bowl cleaner too. That's boring, but my toilet needs to be cleaned. And the other day when I cleaned it, I used scrubbing bubbles because I was out of the clean stuff. So I need to get that. That's one chemical I still use in my household, because I have to clean the toilet. It's gross. The toilet is just gross, right? I see my little dog. He's watching me. I'm gonna get off here and go see him because he's probably super confused right now. I'm never gone at night. Never gone at night. And I think he's probably like, WTF. But I love you guys. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Thanks, and have a good night.